quick video just to show you some befores and afters. So this is a pretty typical example of what we get sent. This is content that's been pushed together, just pretty much dumped into a PowerPoint. It needs a verbal brief. It needs a brand new template. It needs me to really get inside the presenter's head and work with them in kind of like a white glove service. So maybe a lot of hand holding in terms of the design service that we offer, and really advising them pretty much on the whole construction of their presentation and images and branding and so on. So this one, the Sunrise one, is actually an investor document that I worked on last year, and this is typically what we send back. So just a nice font choice. For me, it's all about the front cover. The amount of times I present a front cover that has a stunning image that really encapsulates the thought of the document, or really appeals. It's appealing to the audience. You're just off to a good start. So I spent a bit of time working on that, on the right font selection, just clearly labeling it as an investor proposal. And then this was actually a concept board where we actually brainstormed, so a little bit more than just design, actually brainstormed, what are the values of this development. Then the use of some stunning photography, some nice typography, some, just nice layouts. And then you can see I've just sort of added some standard template files because I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do next. But this is it from a design point of view. It's a pretty good example of a before and after. What I'd like to do is show you this one as well. This is for an American company that we worked on called Empire Flippers. So yeah, they'd pretty much just put their content in place. This is how it looked when they sent it to me. On this example, I've actually done a drawing, which just gives you a bit of an example about how we work. So what we tend to do is we will design a slide. We'll design a slide from the brief that we're given, our understanding of the brand guidelines, our understanding of the client's directions. And then quite simply, we'll just duplicate that slide and present lots of different design options for the client to choose from. So a lot of the time, when we work with very busy clients, the only real feedback that we get is which one of the 4 front covers they deleted and which one they kept with and which ones they rejected. That's kind of like our feedback. So we get to learn our client's style from the slides that they reject. So here I would just put little notes on. I tend to use them as like little post-it note type notes. And I'm saying, oh, my idea, we're not going to do it now because we're very considerate about the design time and about hitting deadlines and staying on budget. So we presented some ideas, and then I just said, look, my idea is that we'd Photoshop your actual branded sales screen on here. If, Mr. Client, you like this, then choose this one and we'll get it done for you. So here there's 10 pieces of content. Like, do we use their color scheme? Do we lay it out slightly differently? Like, just a few different designs, a few different use of their branding, and would send back a document like this so that the client can actually have some design options. From my experience, clients need to see it to reject it, if that makes sense. So if they're asking for something, it's best to show them exactly what they've asked for and then duplicate the slide and give them a slight variation. If you just take them to the variation, sometimes they're confused by the fact that you haven't actually done what they said. So they're rejecting your more arty or your version of it. So yeah, in short, do what the client says, duplicate it, present design alternatives. So this is a document that we sent back, which was the drawing. And then let me just quickly show you, and I'll try and step up the pace a bit with this new design. This is actually the design that they ended up choosing. So they did go for us to apply their actual interface to that screen. They chose the simple version there, stripped it back so it's not multicolored, very simple approach. But yeah, this was the end version that we ended up presenting for them. Just a couple of other examples. This is before. This is a document that I worked on quite a long time ago for a big management consultancy client, and we're working on Lipton's iced tea. It's actually their sampling proposals and sampling informations, including case studies. So what we did is we sourced the actual Lipton's bottle on the web, and then we would redraw that as PowerPoint shapes. Actually, we use Illustrator because we're quicker and more proficient in Illustrator, and then we import it as a encapsulated meta file, which can convert to PowerPoint shapes. So the advantage of that is everything's editable, recolorable, very low file size, and the graphics are vector. So this was the end slide. So our clients send us this and we send back this. So yes, it was a PowerPoint. It's a few years old. You can probably tell by the dimensions, 4x3 dimensions. Some hyperlinked kind of web style navigating. Each one of these sections was navigated. You could jump to any of these sections, and we added some like standard web functionality to create like a really interactive, non-linear presentation that could be used. Now this particular presentation, that's why we designed it, because it needed this. It was the type of thing that our clients would jump around when they were presenting it, and could even send it on to their clients, and they could use it as a standalone kind of like resource of information and documents. So just 3 quick samples of before and afters and the type of things that we do. Yeah, I hope that's of interest to you. And yeah, let's continue our conversation on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.